How do we compare decimal fractions? Say we want to compare these two decimal fractions. We know how we can compare integers, but the case of decimal fractions is slightly different. There are a couple of things we need to keep in mind while comparing two decimal fractions. First, we have to convert unlike fractions to like ones. This step actually makes the comparison process quite easy. In this case, as the number of digits after the decimal point is the same, they are already like. Once we have like decimal fractions, all we need to do is compare them. We start with the integral parts. The decimal fractions we want to compare will either have the same integral parts or different integral parts. These are the only two possibilities. If they have different integral parts, comparison becomes very simple. The decimal fraction with the greater integral part will be bigger. Look at the two decimal fractions we have. Both of them have the same integral part. If they have the same integral part, we move on to the decimal part. First, we compare the digits in the tenth place. The tenth place in both the decimal fractions contains a 2. What do we do next? Simple. If the digits in the tenth place are the same, we compare the digits in the hundredths place. But wait, the digits in the hundredths place are also the same? If the digits in the hundredths place are the same, we compare the digits in the thousandths place. And we see that the digit in the thousandths place of this decimal fraction is 5, which is greater than the digit in the thousandths place of this decimal fraction. So we can surely say that 59.275 is greater than 59.274. If the integral part is the same, we continue to compare the digits in the decimal part. Now let's compare 2.57 and 4.62. Both decimal fractions are like, so we don't really need to convert them. Next, we compare the integral parts. We can see that the integral parts are different. 4 is greater than 2. If the integral parts are different, we can be sure that the decimal fraction with the greater integral part is bigger, which is why we can say that 4.62 is greater than 2.57. Now let's compare two more decimal fractions. The first thing we should notice is that the decimal fractions are unlike. Let's make them like. It's easy. We just write the first decimal fraction as 2.500. Now that they are like, we start off by comparing the integral parts. The integral parts of both the decimal fractions are 2. As the integral parts are the same, we move on to comparing the digits in the tenths place. As the digits in the tenths place are also the same, we move on to comparing the digits in the hundredths place. That's 0 in each case, which makes us move on to the comparison of the digits in the thousandths place. The digit in the thousandths place of 2.502 is 2, which is greater than 0. We can say that 2.502 is greater than 2.5. Remember, first we convert unlike fractions to like ones, then we compare the integral parts, and if the integral parts are the same, we compare the digits in the decimal parts.